this is absolutely a trophy that seriously cost us like
our dignity.
All of our dignity is so, all contained within this. So if there's a fire, Joe,
grab that.
It used to be go grab
we're gonna pass
photographs.
That on. That is the heirloom to pass on to Peyton, our first grandchild.
Peyton, this is for you.
This is for you.
Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we're cruising through life, you'll be alerted to it. What do you have there? You know we are going to have unlimited food in just a little bit.
Getting my cheese kick started. Like, I'm going on vacation.
Welcome,
I'm going to enjoy some cheese. I've been so good with cheese up to this point, and I'm going to take a break from no cheese to have cheese.
Well, and I think that just because, like, yeah, you've gotten good with keeping it away from yourself, it doesn't mean that you're never supposed to enjoy cheese ever again.
Well, somebody bought this. I don't even know what kind of cheese this is. It's got a really good flavor, but somebody bought it for Thanksgiving and then brought it home. So it's here.
It's here. So it's vulnerable.
Like, I'm good. If it's not in the house, I'm good. I won't seek it out. But if it's in the house and I open up the drawer, we got a problem. So that's one of the reasons. That's like the fence I put up. The fence I put up is like, don't buy it unless I'm going to eat it. Like, that's one of the things. Like, there's lots of other things. Like, nut butters. I could have a jar of nut butter in the closet and it could stay there for 2 years.
I'm the one that
and
has trouble.
won't touch it. But Rachel can't do that.
No.
So we don't keep nut butter in the house.
And ordinarily, we don't have slices of cheese in the house because of this reason. Because if it's in a block form, you don't touch it. Yeah, you don't touch it.
There's lots of blocks in there.
And we just wait for a recipe, and then you'll just shred it when you're ready for it. So that's interesting. So normally, I don't have slices of cheese or cubes of cheese.
And what I like to do is get pepperoni and then wrap some cheese around it.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
Not having to meal prep anything, not having to cook anything, and not having to clean anything. We're about to have a couple of days of hopefully some rest and relaxation, just having fun. And I honestly do not care what is on the menu each night in the Windjammer or in whatever restaurant we're in. I just don't have to worry about it or think about it. She's there.
So we didn't even say what we're doing. We're getting ready to head out the door to go on our birthday cruise.
Yeah.
This was our birthday present to each other. We were going to go on just a 4-night cruise out of Miami. We're going on Freedom of the Seas. Rachel went on the low carb cruise and got addicted to cruising.
I did. I love it. I absolutely love cruising.
You were so terrified to go on the low carb cruise. And now you're like, can we just live on a cruise ship?
Well, previously I was always susceptible to seasickness on any boat. And thank you, keto. Since we started keto, I mean, if you want to say it's a coincidence, maybe it's a coincidence. But here's the thing. I don't get seasick anymore.
Right.
Even on a smaller boat. So I really enjoyed cruising on the cruise ship when we went on the low carb cruise. And now I'm like, I've got to make up for lost cruises. Because all this time we've lived in Florida, I could have been cruising the whole time.
Well, so we're headed out. We're going to go on this cruise. And I was actually thinking about this. This is like the first true vacation we've probably taken, especially without children, in like 12 years.
It's me and you, babe.
Because it's always been like we're going on a trip, but there's some kind of work involved. Go to hang out with friends, go to do some kind of business dealing, for church. Like, we would go on trips and there was a vacation aspect of it, but there was a lot of work aspect. This is completely like, we're going on a trip and we may or may not film, which we're going to film, but the intention.
If we're filming this, we're probably thinking there will be a film.
But the intention is not to
It's not the focus.
work. It's
Right.
not our focus. So what we're going to do is we're getting ready to head out. Rachel's going to premiere Keto Beyond the Couch while we drive to Miami. But we're going to have this in 3 different videos. So this video is no food. It's no like...
What are we doing?
Restaurants, anything like that. It's just whatever we're going to do. So we're going to break it into multiple videos. And so this one is just, what are we going to do? So if you want to see what do we do on our trip, this is the one to watch. Happy birthday.
Wow, this seems big. Wow. What is this?
It's a junior suite.
Oh my gosh. Joe. What? Look at how big this thing is. Oh, there's coffee in our room. There's a coffee maker in our room.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. What do? We do this to come out? Oh my gosh. Oh, Joe. This is sick. This is sick. This is sick. How did you accomplish this? This isn't the bathroom. I have a closet. Oh my gosh, I have a robe. I'm so fancy. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I have a closet. I seriously thought this was the bathroom. So is that the bathroom? That's the bathroom. Oh, and there's a mirror. There is a bathtub. There's a bathtub. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so roomy. Perfect pooping position too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. This is so exciting. I am already relaxed. Like, this is the coolest thing ever, Joe. I'm so stinking excited. We still have like a couple of hours before we even set sail. But if we do nothing but just stay here in this beautiful room, relaxing and drinking coffee, that's a vacation. Okay, so the last cruise we were on, there were virtually no hangers. And I was not anticipating a suite which had a lot of hangers. So I brought some hangers, and then Joe actually made some hangers on the 3D printer. Check this out. I think this is just so stinking cool. Of course, I'm a lefty, so I have to open everything incorrectly first before I turn it the right way for it to work, but there you go. How cool is that? And it fits in your purse, which I like. I actually think it's a good thing to bring anyway. I like to hang my purse on things because, yeah, I don't like them sitting on the ground. So we are sailing away, but first we have to turn this entire boat around. I don't know how they do it. Like, I mean, you've driven a boat before, Joe. Is this something that you can even imagine doing?
Well, they have these like bow thrusters on here, but Port of Miami is interesting because the ship is pointed in to downtown Miami. So they have to come down here to the end and then literally like turn it around to head back out to sea. And I remember years ago I went on like a tour and they like kind of took you down here and talked about how they built Port of Miami. And it was really interesting because they're talking about how like there's very narrow waterways for them to maneuver these giant ships. And it takes a lot of skill for the harbor master to turn these ships around here.
You know that there's just a soundtrack of Gloria Estefan running through my mind right now. Turn the beat around. Only it's turn the boat around. I know it's a ship, but boat works best.
This is just a really pretty view because like this is downtown Miami. I mean, you've got the Bayside Marketplace over here. You've got the Miami Heat Arena.
None of the traffic. We're just observing the beauty from a distance, which is really, really nice.
Are you ready to get your food on?
I am ready to get my steakhouse on. Like, they don't even know what's coming. Like, we're probably some of the first people to eat at Chops on this particular cruise because we have kind of an early, you know, grandparent special of like 5:30 that we're eating.
Well, that's because we want to also get to the hibachi place afterwards.
We have 2 reservations tonight. Who can eat like Rachel? I need 2 meals tonight. So something we're doing on this cruise is we've decided to use the stairs as much as humanly possible. And that's not just a fitness thing. It's also really smart because the elevators are something that you kind of have to wait for. So it just makes sense to get some fitness in. And we're having a nice walk in between meals. We'll have another walk after meal.
And it's really just nice. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, it is a little rough outside. It's cold today. We were kind of surprised when we woke up. It was one of those rare Florida cold snap days.
You can actually see the doors moving behind you.
It's moving. So Joe, I said, I feel it at when we were sitting at dinner. And he's like, you're crazy. I don't feel a thing. I think you just feel the engines or whatever. And I'm like, I know I'm crazy, but I don't think that is what this is. I think that the boat really is a rockin'. And it is. And the lower we go on the boat, the more rocking we're feeling.
What are you drinking?
What do you think? Some lovely black coffee. Try to wash out some of the garlic in my mouth. I'm hoping to get some kisses later on tonight, but there was a lot of garlic consumed at the hibachi place today. As he was like putting more of it on, Joe and I kept looking at each other like, yeah, we're gonna have to sleep in separate rooms.
I am having a black eye coffee. This is a coffee with 2 shots of espresso. We're getting it here in the Promenade. I forget the name of the place that this is, Cafe Promenade. That's where we're getting it. And they don't have heavy cream here on the ship. So your choices are skim milk, milk, or cream, which I'm assuming is half and half. And here's my thing. When we're at home, we use butter or we'll use heavy cream, or our new thing is just using keto chow. But if we're out, like something like this, I'm just going to use the half and half and understand that I'm giving myself an extra half a carb to a carb. But I'm okay with that because 90% is good enough.
So we are up past our bedtime, really. I cannot believe we are embarking on entertainment for the evening at 9:30. Look at us living our best life.
Speak for yourself with up past your bedtime. My bedtime's like 3 in the morning.
That
I mean,
is
that's
true.
not a good thing,
No.
but it is
So you're-
normally between 1 and 3.
You're just getting started anyway.
Yeah, so we are here at Studio B, and we're going to watch the ice skating show. Good morning from a perfect day at Coco Cat.
Good morning. What a great day yesterday and a great night's sleep. I mean, that was amazing. I was tired.
You fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
I'm staying up till 3 in the morning. I may never go to sleep.
I went to bed at
out
like
cold.
11:30, but that was late for Rachel.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to today and more wonderful food.
Yes.
One of the things that was great about yesterday was everything we ate was right in line with our normal keto journey.
No cheat days.
Right.
No off days.
It was just more fancy. It was more lavish. It was a cut of, meat, beef, fish that we would not normally have access to because of cost. So it was really nice to have that. But because we stayed on plan and we didn't try to eat a bunch of
garbage.
wonky stuff, I feel fantastic. I'm waking up with great energy. I don't have a headache. Like, I feel really good. I'm not all puffy, so I'm ready for a new day.
Yeah, now, I know, before you start as a keyboard warrior, and I know that is not most of you. When we say that, we're speaking to the 1 or 2 people. And, there's probably some wonky ingredients in some of the food that we're eating. Like the curry sauce probably has some cornstarch or bad oils. Again, 90% is good enough. This is where, I don't worry about it. That doesn't mean I'm going to go eat a bunch of sugar. I'm not going to eat a bunch of desserts. But I'm not going to freak out about the small stuff that I can't really control. Could I sit here and be like, well, I just cooked the beef with nothing? Yeah, but I'm not going to do that to them. And I know that in the long term, those little tiny things are not going to affect me because they're not a part of my everyday diet. So we're going to disembark. I think we're going to skip breakfast today, or do you
Yeah,
want to go up and see it?
I just want to get to the fun and adventure because I've never been to this part of the world before.
Yeah.
So I really want to see what there is to see. And we'll just eat later. I know we've got good food.
We've
no
got.
matter what time
We do have the dining plan. There is also food on the island.
Oh.
And so there's lots of free food if you don't have the dining plan, and then anything that does have like extra cost is covered in our dining plan. So we will eat on the island for lunch.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what we're doing for dinner. We may do. I think tonight we have another reservation at Chops.
Yes.
And then we'll probably hit up the Windjammer.
Yeah.
Tonight. So
Sounds like a plan.
We're gonna go explore the perfect day. Rachel found chickens.
Okay, it's officially my perfect day. It's Rachel's perfect day on Coco Cay because I just saw a mama chicken and a whole bunch of baby chicks crossing the road over here. I think we can see them. I think they're coming out.
There they go.
Oh my gosh! How stinking cute! Oh, she had to stop to poop though. So as you can tell by my hair, they've had to cancel the Wave Runner because it is a little bit crazy as far as weather goes. And actually, when it gets like this, I'm really thankful that they are willing to cancel it and we get our money back and we don't have to just kind of force it when it's not going to get a good match. Like, you're not actually going to enjoy yourself if you're like, okay, well, you don't get your money back, so let's just do this anyway and be all crazy.
Yeah, because like the other side of the island is like super rough.
Right.
This side, obviously, it's
Better.
pretty flat, but I'm assuming that they're canceling just because
the wind.
They can't control where people are going to go as much, and it would be very easy to get over to the other side that's really rough. And personally, it wouldn't bother me because, again, like, I used to own wave runners and we would take them out in the ocean and wave jump.
I'm a novice.
But Rachel's a novice and she was a little nervous about it. And so I want her to have a good time. That would be like me telling her, like, listen, I know that you have trouble equalizing when you go scuba diving, but we're going to go to a 130-foot wreck on your 5th dive.
Exactly.
Like, we're just not doing that.
When you talk about, like, what is your perfect day, having peace about what you're doing and being comfortable is part of that. That's what makes it a perfect day. And I think about that as far as, like, our eating goes. What you're comfortable with is what makes it right for you. So if you're somebody that's like, you know what, I like to eat hamburger patties on repeat and I'm not trying to branch out into like a lot of, you know, elaborate keto dishes, that's okay.
Right.
That's perfect for you.
So what we're going to do is we did rent beach mats. Or like water mats.
I can lay down in any
weather. We're going to go get a mat and we're going to go like just chill out in like one of the lagoons. We came over to Chill Island, a little bit less crowded over here. And we're just going to explore. And the thing is we're not going to let the fact that our shore excursion got canceled affect our trip. You just have to kind of go with the flow. I mean, you're on vacation. Go with the flow. When you go on a cruise, sometimes weather is going to affect things. Sometimes they change the destinations and the ports you're going to. It's one of the reasons why we are never going to do a 2KK getaway cruise in the middle of the
hurricane season.
Because it's hurricane season and there's a good chance something will get canceled.
But part of this being a perfect vacation for me is I don't have to be in charge. I can actually just be here and enjoy myself. And I think that part of being like a perfect day has to do with attitude. What attitude are you bringing to the day? Because I can enjoy a day with you in a windstorm. We're proving it right now. I just need to be happy and choose that I'm going to enjoy myself.
What's wrong?
It's cold.
It's not heated?
Huh?
It's not heated?
It's not heated. But it's fine. I just need to like acclimate.
I'm cold.
You're in a hoodie at this point.
Well, I mean,
We're in the Bahamas.
it's breaking the wind, but this is like a sun shirt. It's like one of those swim shirts. I wear them all the time. So I like them because they dry quick. So it's breaking the wind, but that's it. What were your thoughts on the food?
So I really liked the sandwiches, like the sandwich guts. Like the Cuban sandwich in particular was awesome. That ham and the cheese and the pickle and the mustard together was really good. But here is definitely, Rachel has come so far. So I should have saved it, but I just tossed it out. I probably didn't eat half my plate because I ate what tasted really good to me. And then Joe said, hey, there's like another place, like a barbecue place on the island. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done here.
It looks like there's 3 places and they all have the same thing, but we're gonna go check it out.
I just don't want a cold salad right now.
Well, the thing is it was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it.
No.
It was theme park food.
Yes.
Okay, that's the best I can explain it. Like the hamburger, theme park cooked hamburger, not like an awesome hamburger, not a horrible hamburger, little maybe a touch better than McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know, but it just like theme park buffet food. The Windjammer food is obviously, I think, a lot
Way better.
All the restaurants on board are a lot better. So like, if you want to eat, it's here. But it's like, yeah, I didn't finish all my food, but I would agree. The Cuban guts were really good. The Philly cheesesteak guts were really good, but like the pork carnitas, the only thing good about it was the fact that I mounded it with sour cream and guacamole.
Well,
or not in cheese, rather. I didn't have the guacamole.
Well, and I had guacamole to eat, and it was funny. So I wasn't in the mood to just eat a big ball of guacamole. So, and I didn't even get the hot dog. I'm roller dog princess, right? And I didn't want a hot dog or a hamburger. I wanted something a little different.
I'm not going to eat to eat. I'm going to eat that I like it. And if I don't like it, it's included in my cruise.
What?
I'm going to throw it out. I'm not trying to be wasteful, but if I don't like it, I'm not going to eat it. What are you doing?
I found a swing.
You found a swing?
I found a swing. So I'm going to swing in the swing.
It's a little windy up here.
Well, that'll help push me.
Okay, what are we doing?
We are going to attempt, I'm going to attempt what we are going to watch me try to do the rock wall. I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like the fact that the boat is not moving is going to help me move up the rocks.
We're also on the opposite side of the wind. You don't really probably hear it in the camera, but the wind is actually coming from the bow of the ship on the aft. So I think that'll actually protect you as far as the wind blowing you off of the wall.
I also need a hand up my butt, just like
I'm happy to, like, I will volunteer for that part.
Volunteer that part. Who's going to hold the camera?
What are we doing?
I got a reprieve because we were going to do the rock climbing wall and it seems to be closed while we're in port. So we will come back because I am determined to at least attempt the rock climbing wall while we're on this cruise.
So what are we going to do now?
I think that the best thing that we can do, the most responsible thing that we can do is go in there and hold down that hot tub because the hot tub is not going to stay in the boat without my help.
Don't you want to go on the water slide?
Yeah, we could go on a water slide once. Want to do that? And then hit the hot tub?
Yeah, because we're like 5.
Which one is better? I want to go the one
I feel like we have to do both.
I want to see things.
Well, we can do both.
Okay,
it's free.
Okay, so now it's your turn.
I'm gonna go on the blue one, and there's a clear path through over there that you can film, but you won't be able to get me coming out. It's up to you.
I will say that for anybody interested on doing one of these, if they're on a cruise, it's pretty low intensity. It's not too severe.
Not very fast.
It's not very fast, so I think if you're like afraid of amusement type rides, you'll be fine on this ride.
Look at you.
I'm so excited, and I'm really glad that I brought this jacket because I wasn't expecting it to be so cold outside and windy and stuff. So I brought a lot of tank top dresses, but I'm glad that I had a denim jacket because it kind of goes with everything.
So we are off to Chop's Grill for the second night in a row because it was so good. Now, we're going to have a separate video on like the best things to eat on a cruise, especially Royal Caribbean, to stay keto. And we're going through all of this different specialty restaurants that are here on Freedom of the Seas, as well as some of the like takeout places like the buffets, Johnny Rockus, things like that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can watch for that video.
Spoiler alert, we especially like the steakhouse. So it is night 2 and we are back at Chop's Grill because it was so amazing last night. Of course, I bring my Redmond salt because
Even the fanciest of restaurants may not have the right salt, and I don't want to miss out on all the delicious flavors.
So it has been a while, but we're gonna play some bingo tonight.
Because we're bingo years old.
So we didn't win at bingo.
We did not. But we had a good time.
We had a lot of fun.
And we realized
We
that
came close to winning.
we were on like one away forever. And
Yeah.
every single time they'd call out a new one, we're like, people are gaining on us.
And
Like,
that's
stop
exactly
calling
what happened.
numbers.
Because they actually asked you, like, who's one away? And I was the only person. And they called 20 more numbers. And the next thing you know, like,
That's
there's
how
a
you
whole
lose.
bunch of people that are one away.
That is exactly the directions for losing a bingo.
So,
We did find out though that we really enjoy bingo.
yes.
And we need to go locally because I
Yeah.
believe they have some local
Yeah.
bingo haunts.
They used to have it at the Hollywood Casino. I don't know if they still do. That
Yeah.
was years ago. So anyway, we came up to the Windjammer. It wasn't a great night.
Selection.
Maybe it's because we came like they're closing in a half hour.
Right. I think that's it.
So now we're going to go back downstairs and we're going to play a game that I know we can win. And it's a couples
It's
game.
a couples like trivia. Like how good
How
do
good do you know
your
your
partner?
partner? I think we can win at this one.
I really want to be a contestant on this.
I don't think anybody knows their spouse, significant other better than I know you. So we did not win bingo.
We did not win bingo, but we did participate in another competition tonight.
We decided that, like, you know, after bingo, we went up to the Windjammer, got something to eat,
I'm glad we filled out.
and then we went down and we saw the end of the Family Feud, which was actually
So
really
good.
fun. Like, I highly encourage you, if you come on to one of the Royal Caribbean ships and they're having the Family Feud game, go participate because it was a lot of fun. We
Yes.
were only there for like the last 10 or 15 minutes, but it was a lot of fun.
Go to that one.
Then they were having a game show called The Perfect Couple.
And I thought,
And we're like, we're the perfect couple.
this would be so great. And I said, I bet it's going to be like the newlywed game. Like, how well do you know your partner?
And so we practiced. We sat in our cabin,
Favorite color?
favorite color, favorite movie. What we went over like everything.
First date? Do you remember? Our
Do you
first
remember
date?
where was our? I mean, we had it all. We were like, nobody knows each other better than we do.
No.
That is not what this game show
That was not what this game show was.
And I'm going to encourage you, if you come on a Royal Caribbean ship and you have the opportunity to participate in the perfect couple game, run.
It did say that it was 18 and older, but I thought that that's maybe they would say like,
Maybe like
remember the old Bob Eubanks, like where he would say something like, you know, when you're making whoopee, right? Or he
Yes.
would say some question that was a little risque. I kind of thought that was what it was.
that's not what it was.
No.
So if you see a video
Grandma
on
and
YouTube
Grandpa.
of grandma and grandpa popping balloons on somebody's butt, that might be us.
Do us a favor and just skip past that.
Skip
Go
past
on
it.
to the next puppy video.
Because let's see. Wait, don't show the prize yet.
'Cause-
Let's go over what we had to do.
Well, first of all, we were one of 7 couples, and as soon as, and then it narrowed down to 4, so I thought,
And he goes, you have to do whatever we say. I'm like, uh-oh.
well, we're gonna get out in the first round. Like,
Yes.
there's no way, because basically we had to do a Magic Mike type dance.
Have you seen that movie?
So
I can't dance.
he couldn't dance. So I took one for the team, and we allowed Joe to be the lady in the Magic Mike scenario, and I was the Magic Mike dancer.
That was number 1.
That was a lot.
We survived round 1.
Which I couldn't believe. I really thought they were just going to be like, ow, ew.
We
knock out.
actually got like a lot of votes. Like
I appreciate
we were the
that.
first 2 couples to enter into the next round.
I think maybe because I had
We're
moves
old.
no one had seen in a very long time. Maybe they hadn't seen it since the last time Wayne Newton was
Because
premiering something.
We're experienced.
We know what we're doing. It was not look
Okay,
away.
so round number 2.
Yes.
What was round number 2? Round number
Round number
2
2
was I had to have a pool cue,
Yes.
blindfolded,
And I had a roll of toilet paper
between her legs.
between my legs, and I had to help lead him with his pool cue to get into the roll of toilet paper.
Now,
We camp. I really feel like this helped because we already have to be partners in directions because, like, you know, you're trying to put it into the parking space correctly.
You're right.
So this is where a long-term relationship really did help.
And the fact that if you've been watching our channel for any length of time, you know that Rachel has the sense of humor of a fifth grader. And verbalizes that over the microphone. So,
I'm sorry.
So we won that competition.
We did go to the next round.
Competition number 3 was popping balloons.
Yeah.
In a certain position.
So I had to...
With a running start.
Bend over. He had to take a balloon, running start, and...
Pop it on
my butt. It took 3 gentlemen holding the chair.
We popped all the balloons.
But you did pop all of the balloons.
And one from the front because she turned around before I was
around.
Halfway running.
I thought he was done. And so, yeah, knocked me back down in the chair. And instead of,
And then the 4th one.
We had to change clothes. And I had to wear this outfit. And he had to wear this outfit. Shout out to the maxi dress, really the star of the show, because the maxi dress will stretch. So I think that is something from now on, no matter what, because you don't know what you're going to get into, right? Like, you may need a stretchy outfit. So if you need to maybe swap clothes in a pinch, it helps to have a maxi dress because it is a one size fits all type of dress. Thank you, Tommy Bahama.
Now there was supposed to be a clear winner, and the host actually narrowed it down to us and one other person, one other couple. I think the audience wanted us.
I do too.
And they really cheered heavily. They were all like, he called us the experienced couple.
The MVPs.
And because everybody else was like
young,
10 months of relationship,
young,
2 years.
They're babies.
I think
adorable.
the closest was 2 years.
I think there was some, 2 or 3.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here's us, 15 years. So the host, the MC, decided that all 4 couples,
which I thought was lovely,
and we got a prize.
This is our prize.
We got a water bottle that he said is made in China, so when you put water in it, the water will probably rust the first time you use it. I didn't say it, the host did.
No water is going in this. That's
a trophy.
This is absolutely a trophy that seriously cost us
our dignity.
All of our dignity is all contained within this. So if there's a fire, Joe,
grab that.
It used to be we're
going to pass
photographs.
That is the heirloom to pass on to Peyton, our first grandchild.
Peyton, this is for you.
This is for you.
We're going to save this.
So do us a favor. If you happen to come across the video of us doing any of these acts on the Freedom of the Seas on December 12th,
report it.
Please don't watch under any circumstance alert Rachel's mother.
No, please.
Definitely don't alert my mother.
Oh, Lord.
And most importantly,
don't tell our pastor.
Do not share it with any of our children.
No.
Because I think I would rather Rachel's mother see it than my children.
I know I would.
Well, day 3 of our cruise, we are in Nassau, Bahamas. and we didn't book a shore excursion. We're just
No.
going to go explore. We figured we're coming back here in just 3 weeks with the Two Crazy Ketos family.
Well, and I want to see what is available so that we can help to, possibly facilitate some answers to questions that people may have if they're going on the cruise with us. And I think that the best way that we can ensure that we have some good information is looking around, exploring, and see what is there to do in Nassau.
So there are lots of ships here in port today. So of course you have us on Freedom of the Seas. There's the Allure of the Seas that is parked like right behind us. The Independence of the Seas, which we're actually also going to be sailing on in a few months. The Carnival Legend is here, and then also the Carnival Elation. So lots of people in Nassau today. Now, here's the thing that I always find interesting is that these ships all pull into port, and there's usually more than one.
Right.
But it never feels like there's that many people here. I mean, yesterday when we were walking around Coco Cay, you had us and the Oasis of the Seas. So between the two ships, there's like 12,000 people on that island.
Didn't feel like it.
But it never felt like that. So if you're worried about like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on a ship with 4,000, 5,000, 8,000 people, it never feels like that.
They are masters at making you feel like you are the owner of the ship, really, that everything is just catered to, and they are fantastic at people management. So in addition to the other cruises that we see here in port, luck would have it, the Anthem of the Seas is here. This is the boat that we're going to be using for the 2025 cruise to Alaska. So here's a sneak peek at the amazing ship that we're going to be sailing on. It's funny, it's like past, present, and future are all here in a single port on this day.
Yeah, it's interesting that the very first ship that you ever sailed on, Allure of the Seas, is here. We're on Freedom of the Seas. Independence of the Seas, which we're sailing on later this year with our family, and then of course Anthem of the Seas. 4 of the ships in port you will be on within a year's time.
This is definitely my motto and Joe's motto, growing older but not up, clearly.
Okay, so we came back from Nassau to this little beauty. Look at our little towel critter. I love it. I guess, what do you think, Joe? It looks like an elephant, I think.
I'd say that's an elephant.
Yeah, an elephant. I love it so much. Oh my gracious.
What's wrong?
We have accepted the step challenge, so we're taking the stairs whenever possible. And different ports, like they let you out at different spots, but this is on like level 1 is where you get let out to go to the port, and we are on deck number 9. So we walked, what did we say, like 5.5 miles.
Yep.
While we were in Nassau, and then we just walked up 9 flights of stairs. So I feel pretty proud.
How do your calves feel?
They are burning, on fire. These calves are on fire. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel very accomplished. Though I'm on the ground on my back, I feel very accomplished.
Okay, I got to give you a little heads up. If you are traveling on any cruise on Royal Caribbean, whether it be a personal cruise, the cruise with Two Crazy Ketos in January, or the one we're going to have next fall, or on the low carb cruise, because a lot of them are all on Royal Caribbean. As a matter of fact, all the low carb cruises are on Royal Caribbean. But if you go to your app or on the website, once you log into your account and look at your cruise, where you can book excursions and drink packages, I think it's under the gifts section. They have this cooler bag. And this thing is really amazing. First of all, it's very, very thick. It's insulated. It also doesn't leak, which if you've ever had one of these like collapsible coolers, a lot of them leak. And we got this. You can get it filled with a lot of different things. They have it with, you can get it with beer if you're a beer drinker. Beer's not very keto. I would not advise that. You can get it with sodas, with water. You can also get it with Trulies, which we've talked about this in the past. Trulies are like low carb, like 1 carb, 2 carb, but just be aware, it is going to temporarily kick you out of ketosis. And they have deals on them all the time. We paid like $35 for this, and it had 6 drinks in it. But what's really nice is it's delivered to your stateroom on day 1. It's got your drinks in it. It's got ice in it. You can take it on your excursions. It's got a nice strap so that you can kind of put it over your shoulder or put it like across. But we have had the most amazing stateroom attendant. And when we saw her, we said to her, hey, can you do us a favor? Can you just fill this up with ice every day? Because we also get like the water delivered on day one. It was like $20 for 12 really big bottles of Evian water. And so she's filled it up every day, all the way with ice, and then we're able to put our waters in here and keep them super cold. I mean, your stateroom does have what some people would say is a refrigerator, but I'm gonna say it's not a refrigerator. It'll keep it cool. It won't get it super cold, but it will keep it cool. If you have something that's cold and you put it in there, it'll keep it cold, but it won't really get it cold. So it's really nice having this bag, and we actually get one on every single cruise because it's also a really good piece of, like, you know, memorabilia, a souvenir to take home. It's got the Royal Caribbean logo, and you can use it at home.
I leave this the price in the guest service. Just I will go right now there to fix this problem. All right.
Look at this cutie patootie. It's a seagull. So beautiful. Now I won't lie and say that I'm not sad to see these things. Not the tip, but like I'm sad to see this because this means that we're coming to the end of our cruise. But this is a great consolation. And I have been storing up all of my towel buddies in the cabinet so that they put out a new one. So here is my little stash of towel buddies. Because sometimes if you leave them out, I understand they don't give you a new one. So here is back to the first one. And look, my little stuffed animal collection. I love it. Super, super cute. Really thankful that they just brightened our day by putting a little towel buddy on our bed.
At 2 p.m. up on deck 11, they're actually doing a class on how to make towel animals.
This is a craft that I can get on board with.
So I want you to take a look at the water because we talk about how you need to pivot when plans change. This is the sea day. There's no port. So everybody would want to be in the water today. Pool's closed. But I like how they said the fun never stops, never has to stop.
We're home.
We are home. We made it home safely. What an incredible trip.
It was so much fun.
It was wild to take time for ourselves in the middle of the holiday season.
Right.
Like I felt a little bit guilty even getting away this time of year.
Right.
But I think we needed it, Joe.
Yeah, I needed that, like, okay, like, let's regroup, let's refocus. It was good. We had a lot of fun. We didn't have the greatest weather. We made the most of it. And even though we didn't get to do everything we wanted to do, like you didn't get to go on the rock climbing wall.
No.
But you have another opportunity coming up in a few weeks.
I'm going to take that opportunity.
You're going to try to do it again. Only this time you're going to have subscribers with
community
to watch you do it. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, we embarrassed ourselves a little bit. We became ship celebrities.
Right, but not for like a great
We're never going to tell you why.
reason, but like, yeah, we got some new friends,
Yeah.
right? But I think we proved to ourselves that we're still youngsters at heart. That's
Yeah.
what was my takeaway, that even though
we beat all the youngsters at the game.
Right, and even though we are parents of adult children and we're even grandparents now, it doesn't mean that there is not still adventure to be had.
Yeah.
With each other.
No, it was just like a great way to just spend some time together. We didn't have to cook.
No.
We didn't have to clean.
Seriously.
We didn't have to make our bed.
It's going to be hard to get back to normal life, right? Because now we have to Christmas, but I feel like I am more supported. Like I'm coming into Christmas time feeling ready to serve others because I feel like I have been served.
Yeah. So the good news is you have another one coming up in just a few weeks.
Yay!
Only this time it's with subscribers. And I'm actually really looking forward to just getting out on the ship and spending some quality time with friends.
Right.
Right? With family. And I'm just, this is the first time we're ever doing this.
I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
Why are you nervous?
I am nervous because I really want everybody to have a good time. And I think that there's a thought in my mind that, like, what if someone doesn't have a good time? Like, or they have an expectation for a really good time and it falls short of their expectations. That's what grieves me. But I can't worry about that, right? Like I have to just go and decide that, hey, if you want a friend, like, I'm your girl, and we're gonna just decide to have fun. And we did get practice on this cruise,
Right.
because our cruise, as far as like the weather and what we would have access to, did fall short of what we expected.
But we still had a good time.
I think we had an even better time than we would have had. Like, I don't think it could have been better.
Yeah. Well, that is what we did on our cruise. Now, don't forget to check out our other videos that we're going to have, which is our review of the different restaurants and if the dining plan is worth it, as well as the one on just like what we ate while we were on our cruise.
I'm gonna miss all that food, Joe.
Yeah. Why?
Well, if we want that food, we're gonna have to cook it ourselves.
If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent videos I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to
Till
it.
next time.
Bye.